Well, here we are down in good old not Catherine Avenue, down at Woodbine Grove. Mr. Peatling here from the YouTube. Mr. Sullivan, I beg your pardon, Mr. Sutcliffe is away today. I'm just going to do a bit of a coverage of the third one-day game at the MCG between Australia and Pakistan. Australia batted first, made 220. Stephen Smith was the only one who made any runs over 50, making 60 off 101 balls. Pretty slow for him, really. It was a pretty flat wicket. I'll tell you about the wicket later. It was a very ordinary wicket for a one-day game, I can tell you now. Matty Wade made 35 after his big 100 last week. Can play this fella. He's a good keeper too. But Pakistan was just too good. Hafiz 72, Shoaib 42. Stark was the best of Australian bowlers with 2 for 45, but Pakistan was just too good for Australia, and it's the first time, I've got written down here, it's the first time Pakistan has beaten Australia in 12 years. I think that's in tests too. So there's got to be some sort of a reasonable sort of record. I thought Pakistan beat us a few years ago, but 12 years for the one-day game, that's extraordinary. But it was a very ordinary game to watch. It's a very flat wicket too. The spinners, I think it was made for the spinners, I think, because the Pakistanis had 2 or 3 good spinners there, and we just cracked up. As I said, down as the pitch was very flat. Now I've got to say something about Shane McDonald. I was up the street yesterday. It's just nothing to do with cricket, but I had to go to the hotel to pick up some stuff, and Shane McDonald was there with Gary Carpenter, and for Shane McDonald, all these people around the world, well, beg your pardon, around Victoria know Shane McDonald. He is a superstar. He's been playing. He played for One Beach, and he went away to another team a couple of years ago. But he played with Marupna last year, won the best and fairest in the comp, and made the interleague side, captained the interleague side. But he's, I think he's back. He's going to play back at One Beach because Chelsea tried to get him a couple of years ago, but he wanted too much money. But he's a superstar, and he wants me to still interview him. And I'll tell you what, probably the biggest interview I could do with this fella, because he's got that many trophies he's won over the last 15 years. He won 4 best and fairest with Chelsea's in under 13s, 14s, 15s and 16s. And of course, I think he played in the under 18s too, and then all of a sudden he's gone. He went to finish up playing at Bon Beach, but he should be at Chelsea, that fella, and he still wants me to interview him. And so if you're watching this video, YouTube, Becca, you got my address, you got my number, give me a ring. And he was going to come a couple of years ago to get the interview done. I think he's a bit shy, but he looks $1 million, and hopefully he'll get himself down here, because I think Gary Carmody, I think Louis 310. I only interview the real good players, I can tell you. No, you've got to be pretty good to get interviewed by Peatling, I tell you now. But I think Louis got 310 hits. Sammy Carpenter, that's Gary Carpenter's brother, one of the fellow with 1.5 arms. He was a superstar too. He's got 290, I think. Ryan Stewart, he's got 260. But I reckon this fella, I made a top 10 or top 5, what it was, a few years ago, of the MPL players, and I think he was number 3 then, behind Louis and Mitch Grant and Simon Goosey and all them. But I think now Shane Macca McDonald is well ahead. Would be the number 1 best player I've seen in this MPL competition, and it's going to take another, whoever topples him over the next 10 years want to be very good, because Shane Macca McDonald, he's a superstar. And I'll tell you something now, that and he was telling me that the money he was getting up, and I won't mention how much he was getting, offered up in Marupna, and the other team that we left to go to Marupna was extraordinary. And they were paying him up front, and well, I had a good chat to him on there a couple of days, yesterday I think it was, and I was getting paid pretty good money up the country myself, but you can't sort of work that out. I think I was getting paid more than the VFL players back when I was up in Rapania, which was pretty good money then. But this fella, what he's getting, it's well, he deserves every zack he gets because he never plays a bad game. I've never seen him play an ordinary game. I mean, some good players play ordinary games. He doesn't play ordinary games. They're either good or very good. And so if you're watching this video, Mr. Macca, I'll give you my card and get yourself down there the next couple of weeks and get this interview that's the world's been waiting for. And well, I've been waiting for. I think I've asked you about 3 times in the last 5 years, but I'll give it away. But this time, I think you might be fair dinkum because you got me your phone number now, and because Gary Carpenter, he wants him to get interviewed too, because he knows that when Sammy Carton was interviewed by me, half the world watched him. Half the Von Beach watched the interview on my YouTube. So, but anyway, down the track, it's in your hands, Shane Macca McDonald, and but the cricket, I don't think there's any game on this week. What's today? Monday. No, I think I don't know what's coming up next week. I'm not sure, but I'll let you know next week about that. But that's all I got for today. But I've got some Cheerios here as usual. Where are they? Where do I put them down? Oh yeah, Cheerios and Ning, my little darling Ning. PH, Sandy and Carlos. Carlos, I beg your pardon, PH gave me a ring yesterday. He's going alright. He's been away for a couple of weeks holiday. It's very good, nice fresh air. And up in these big caves, it's been alright, pretty good. What's pretty good to watch for you. I would have mind seeing them myself. Might go up there one day and have a look too. Of course, Tony Corner, where the hell are you, Tony? I'm going to give you a ring today. I haven't spoke to you for about 10 days. I'll give you a ring this afternoon sometime, see what you've been up to. And I got a new viewer to be watching today. Her name's Joyce. She comes from New South Wales. So I hope you enjoy this YouTube from Mr. Peatling, Joycey, and might give you a bit of an insight into what goes on in YouTube. See, it's probably the first time you've ever watched anything on YouTube, but that's all I've got today. I think I've done everything. Yeah, I think that's all we got for today. So that's all from me today, and I'll see you all next week. Bye bye.